Hello there, students, and welcome to another lesson in Unit 8, Reported Speech. This lesson is addressed to first back students. So let's start. So this is Sue and Tom. They are having a conversation. So Tom said, "I like pizza." And Sue said, "Good." When Tom went home, Sue met with her friend Jem, and she said, "He said he liked pizza." So, what did Sue do? What did she do? She reported to Jem what Tom said. Okay, she reported to Jem what Tom said. So we call this reported speech. Reported speech. So in order to define it, we can say to tell someone what you or someone else said. So this is reported speech, and there are two types: direct speech and indirect or reported speech. So direct speech, like he said, "I like pizza." Okay, we use the inverted commas and we keep the words and the statement as they are. Okay, but in reported speech we put it in this form, and this is what we are going to study in this lesson: how to form the indirect or reported speech. So let's move on. So in this lesson we are going to tackle reporting statements, reporting questions, and reporting requests. So let's start with statements. So if you have a statement like this in direct speech, Samir said, "I like surfing." Okay, I like surfing. Let's make it reported speech. Make it indirect. So we will say, Samir said that he liked surfing. Okay, so the question to ask here is, what are the changes that we did? The first thing is we added that, the word that, but it is optional. This is why I put it here in between brackets. You can drop it. You can say Samir said he liked surfing. The second thing is we changed the pronoun. The pronoun I became he. Okay, so we changed the pronoun because here this he refers to Samir. And we changed the tense, back shift. Okay, here we have the simple present, and here we put simple past, and we are going to explain how we do that later on. So let's have an example. Anna said, "I am traveling." I am traveling. So let's make this indirect. So it'll become, Anna said that she was traveling. Okay, here we have present continuous, and here we put past continuous. So one step backwards in time. And we change the pronoun. Here we have I, and here we put she. Why? Because here we have Anna and she is a female, and that is optional for sure. Okay, so changing the tense. In changing the tense, we go one step backwards in time, means in the tenses. For example, Hamid said, "I watch a movie." I watch a movie. This one becomes, Hamid said that he watched a movie. If you notice here, simple present, and here we have simple past. To illustrate more, suppose that this is time. Okay, this is time, and here, this point here is the present simple. Okay, if we have a sentence in the direct speech in simple present like here, all we need to do is we go one step backwards. Okay, so if we have here simple present, then I should put the indirect speech in simple past, exactly as we did here. And if we have simple past, for example, suppose that Hamid said, I watched a movie, then here we can say Hamid said that he had watched a movie. So we use the past participle form. Okay, very nice. So let's move on. So this is a list of how to move, like to do the back shift of tenses. So this is the simple present, it becomes simple past, present perfect, and past perfect becomes past perfect. If you see here, the past perfect becomes past perfect because there is no other time or other tense behind the past perfect. And well becomes would. We are going to see a list of modals as well. And then the progressives move to past as well. So the present progressive becomes past progressive, and the etc. So for example here, has been becomes had been. Okay, so this is kind of present perfect and it becomes past perfect, but this plus the verb in ing form, of course. So because it is this is present perfect continuous and this is past perfect continuous. Very nice. So this is a list of modal verbs. For well, may, and must, and have to, they have different colors because they change. Okay, for example, well becomes would, and may becomes might, must, had to, and have to becomes had to also. But for these in this zone, colored in this color, they don't change. Okay, so no change. For example, he said I would help, but he said that he would help, but we didn't change anything. We put the statement as it is. We just changed the pronouns, etc. Very nice. So this is concerning the modals, and don't forget one thing we are going to talk about here. It is very important. For example, Samir says I like pizza. It becomes Samir says that he likes pizza. If you notice here, we did not change the tense. And let's take this one for example. Samir said, I like pizza. It becomes Samir said that he liked pizza. Here we change the tense. Why? What is the difference? Okay, actually the difference is in these two statements here. Here we have says in simple present, and here we have said in the past. Okay, so don't forget, when the reporting verb, this is the reporting verb, is in present simple, we report the statement as it is, which means we don't change the tense, but we change the pronoun. But don't forget the pronoun in simple present, don't forget the S. Okay, don't forget in simple present, don't forget the S in third person singular. For example, here we have he, then we put the S, we don't forget it. Okay, and we don't forget also to change the pronoun. Very nice. Now the time expressions. The time expressions in reported speech, time expressions like now, today, etc., they also change. For example, now becomes then, today becomes yesterday, etc. For example, if someone said yesterday, for example, someone said yesterday, tomorrow I will go to the market. Tomorrow, yesterday means today. Okay? Means today. So if I want to report that today, I should say he said that today he would go to the market. Okay? So pay attention to time expressions also, because it is very important. And also don't forget about the pronouns and the tenses. So this is the end of the first part. I hope that you have understood most of it, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. So see you in the next part, in which we are going to report questions and requests. Take care of yourselves.